former UFC interim welterweight champion Colby Covington, and whether he's banging on the Brazilians or going at fans on Twitter, there's a lot that encompasses this total package of Colby Covington. He's a hell of a fighter.
But ultimately, it's about the fighting, and the fighting ability is what has carried Colby to such a great start in his UFC career. A former champion, a guy that's been in there with the very best of the division, and when he's been in there, he's been able to get his hand raised. I always go back to the Rafael dos Anjos fight, and I watch Colby put a pace on him that dos Anjos, who is also known for his cardio, could not keep. It was inspiring to watch, and if you know Colby before fighting, you know that he trains as hard as anybody in the world to try to accomplish his goal.
So the path to UFC welterweight gold, of course, goes through the UK, courtesy of Leon Edwards' win over Kamaru Usman, but he's got to keep the focus where it belongs. He's got another hungry young challenger in front of him tonight.
Yeah, and Leon Edwards is one of those guys that can lock in. He's one of those guys that doesn't seem to me now from the outside to be a guy that falls in love with everything that comes with being a champion. He lives in the now, and he will have to do exactly that if he wants to retain his championship tonight. He's got to be able to use his boxing. Leon Edwards is fast.
Oh, yeah.
Everything he does right. He's crisp, he's sharp, and he uses all of his tools. He is really the definition of mixed martial artist, and that will have to be on display tonight if he wants to keep his championship.
You're right, and he may not wow you with muscle mass, but this is quite a frame for the UFC's welterweight division. And Leon Edwards is all I know is a fighter tonight. Our tale of the tape for this welterweight championship fight. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC welterweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Colby Chaos Covington. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, Leon Rocky Edwards.
One of the best in the business, Herb Dean, is our referee tonight. All right, well, this arena is absolutely deafening. As you might expect, Leon Edwards has finally signed on the dotted line, welcoming the challenge of #1 contender, Colby Chaos Covington.
Colby Covington long has been 1A in the welterweight division. He was not able to get past Kamaru Usman. Leon Edwards did that. Covington talks, but ultimately his success is rooted in his ability to compete.
Just misses with the straight left hand. Now he's starting to find his groove with the counter strikes. This is his bread and butter, to keep his opponent at bay and keep him guessing. And when his opponent over-engages, make him pay with a straight right hand, straight left, or a jab. Nicely done with the hands there. Swing and a miss with that straight left hand. All right, so there it is, first takedown of the fight, and on the first attempt, no less. Did you expect a little bit more resistance from the kickboxer there?
A little bit, because he was so sure that he could defend these takedowns. That confidence came from the practice room. But once again, it's one thing to do.
Edwards is going for a choke. Oh, that guillotine is officially tight. Oh, somehow, some way he got out.
These guys are back and forth, but the submission defense wins this transition.
Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here by Covington. Another ground and pound strike gets home. Edwards getting touched here repeatedly with these ground and pound strikes from the top. Referee's not going to bail you out. All right, he's got side control here, DC. You know, he's got a lot of different submissions in his arsenal once this fight gets to the ground. All right, so look at that. A cut has been opened around that eye area.
He's taking shots over and over again to that area, and now he's dealing with a cut.
Covington's in half guard. Oh, lands with the ground and pound strike. These ground strikes are starting to add up.
Look at him attack that arm triangle on the opposite sides. When it's time to finish, he will lock his hands, pass his body all the way to the opposite side, drop his chest to get all the way down to his opponent's neck to try to choke him out and finish the fight.
How do you get out of harm's way here?
I mean, you gotta shove that knee, John.
The ground strikes starting to pile up. Well, working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound by Covington. Oh, and another punch on the ground gets through. May need some defense here. Let's get a full pass. 2 minutes now to go in round one.
Now into his mount. Oh.
Nice movement to avoid some of those strikes from the top.
Nice shot there by the champ.
Covington's back in full mount. Really smart approach by the offensive fighter, badgering that cut. More blood by the minute.
If head movement wasn't important early, it's very important now because that cut has gotten a lot worse.
Moving his head on the ground here, avoiding a lot of these big shots. Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by Covington.
Another ground and pound strike lands for this man.
All right, he continues to bully his opponent here, really manhandling him on the ground. Close guard here. He's very comfortable here working off of his back, DC. Edwards is going for an arm here. Ooh, that's tight. I'd be tapping.
It's starting to get really tight in there.
Wow, somehow, some way he gets the arm out.
It looked like he was done, John, but he was able to stay comfortable, stay patient, and now he finds himself safe.
Man, how fun is this to watch as he continues to dole out damage with the ground and pound?
Take it back to the days of guys like Mark Coleman, just beating people up in the ground and pound. This guy is a throwback fighter, and he's very fun to watch.
Yeah, the Godfather would be proud. All right, he's got him in the north-south position now, DC. We'll see if the crowd can be mature about this.
Yes, they have to be mature about the fact that this is a real fighting position, and the guy on top has a lot of opportunities to finish. If he's going to attack this north-south choke, he's got to drive that shoulder deep into his neck, really start to sink his weight away, which will in turn cut the oxygen from his opponent, allowing him to get the finish.
Horn sound for the end of round one. All right, there's the horn indicating the end of the round. So potentially a big factor here, ladies and gentlemen. The cut on the cheek sustained in that round. Certainly better to be below than above the eye, but the cut man's got to get in there and close that thing up. All right, well, no surprise to see that eye continue to be targeted. Some replays from the previous round in which a lot of damage was doled out.
Well, the cut man's got some work to do to try to give this kid an opportunity to stay in the fight, because the reality is he has taken far too many shots to the eye, and now he's dealing with a nasty cut. He has got to change something.
All right, here we go with the start of round two. Leon Edwards.
Ready.
And that man, Colby Covington. Push kick there to the body.
Good jab there by the champion.
Oh, good head movement there. Nice slip. Oh, beautiful job by Covington to take the fight to the ground. Very high is his confidence in terms of his conditioning and his ability to really dictate where the fight's going to play.
Well, you've got to be confident. If you're going to have this approach to fighting, the way that he attacks fighters personally, professionally, you've got to have confidence in knowing that when you get in there, you can back it up.
Moving his head pretty well defensively on the ground here. Well, as usual, suffocating work from the top here by Covington.
Now he's got good body position, yup.
Well, I think I can smell the blood at this point in time. That canvas didn't look like that a few fights ago. Blood is flowing from that cut with every passing strike.
Every strike. And it burns. John, it burns so bad. When you get cut like that, every time a shot lands, it just burns. So this guy needs to try to find a way to not take and limit the damage he's taking to this cut. Easier said than done, though. He's got to be careful here. He's putting him in exactly the positions he needs to be in right now. He's able to relax here. And he understands, being a veteran of so many fights, that as long as he's on top, he's winning. He feels like he's winning here. Great shot from the top position.
All right, side control now. We'll see if he can advance position. All right, north-south position here. We'll see if the crowd can be mature about this, DC.
Changing the position. He's got that arm triangle. Watch him pass to the opposite side. It looks real tight. He'll drop his weight and try to finish his technique. Great submission defense on full display by the opponent.
And he will let his opponent stand up here. So a much different approach for him here in this second round. He was a little bit tentative in round one, a little bit of a feeling out process. Now he has clearly found his rhythm, found the range. We'll see if he can continue with more activity here in round two. Now he's got the single collar in the clinch. All right, so that opened up a cut around his eye area.
He hasn't moved his head well. He was taking... Oh, guillotine, guillotine here.
Oh, that gilly is tight. Wow, fantastic submission defense yet again. Oh, good armbar attempt here. Oh, he's got it locked in tight now.
Oh, man, that was slick.
Oh, man, every time he lands, it's right on that cut. That is going to have a profound impact on him moving forward. Oh, what do we got here? Looks like an arm triangle attempt. Looks like a pretty good attempt here.
This has got to be the end of the fight.
Oh, somehow he got out.
That was beautiful. Look at how he brought his hips up in the air. Used his momentum to swing himself back to his chest being facing the mat. What a beautiful display of submission defense.
All right, so he lands again just like we saw in the last round, realizing a lot of success with his Muay Thai game plan.
You know, why change it? It's working, and it's working from the very start of the fight. The moment this fight started, you saw the advantage that we predicted was there. He started to take advantage of it early, and now he's continuing to build on that. This kickboxer looks amazing tonight. Oh, he's gonna triangle again. Needs to push the arm to the side, get his head against the mat. Now watch as he goes for the watch it. Good job by the champ there. Sliding back up.
Oh, we'll see who has the edge here as they get back to their feet after a pretty engaged battle there on the ground.
And both of these guys should feel pretty satisfied because they both had their moments and they both showed true skill on the ground.
Oh, now the hook in the clinch by Covington. Final seconds of the round. All right, that's the end of round number two. All right, there's the end of the round, and hopefully not the end of the fight. He doesn't look as handsome as he did when he walked out. That is a severe gash on his face. All right, let us now get you some replays of all the damage done in that previous round, including the strike that opened up the cut.
Yeah, some nasty strikes landed over the course of that round, and it opened up a nasty cut. He has got to find a way to change some things defensively, or that cut is just going to get worse and worse. And the worse it gets, the more he runs the risk of this fight getting stopped.
Ready to fight? Ready. Good.
Round 3 of a possible 5. Well, just as he did in the previous round, he continues to connect on a high volume of strikes. And a good sign, too, doesn't seem to be slowing down whatsoever.
Oh, nice jab there by Covington. He's just being more aggressive, and because he's being more aggressive and more loose with his strikes, he's landing. Big double leg level change. He's got to start throwing now.
Oh, and he moves into half guard. The guard pass is starting to pile up.
Right away, he takes the far side underhook. Look for damage from the top to come now. That was a slick transition.
Edwards' face would have to be classified as a mess. Cut on his cheek, and it's only getting worse.
Nice shots landing from the top position.
Covington's back in half guard. He's very comfortable here. These ground strikes really started to add up. There's another one. Now drops inside that closed guard, DC.
Full guard. Let's see how patient he is as he attacks a submission or big ground and pound.
Well, pretty good work off of the bottom here by Edwards.
You can't take all those unanswered strikes. They don't have to be that damaging.
Yeah.
You just gotta move.
Oh, you gotta love the ground and pound strikes here. Man, he's killing it on the ground. Another strike gets through. Covington's back in full mount. Edwards' cut is getting worse. The cut man chomping at the bit to get in there. He'll have to wait for the break between rounds if we get there. Well, the ground and pound is there once again. Strong work here by Covington. Oh, staying busy from top position. He lands another ground strike there. Covington's now dealing with a cheek cut. Side control now. We have crossed the midpoint of this one. Side control now. Oh, another shot gets through. Doctor might have to step in soon. Oh, he's got the knee on the belly. Could be trouble defensively. This is some exhausting work, man.
I mean, it is so tiring to be fighting in this way. So much wrestling, so much grappling, expending all this energy trying to hold the guy down. I mean, no takedown is not fought. No reversal is not fought. Everything they're doing is fought to the very last minute before it gets given up.
Postures up now and lands the vicious head strike.
He's very accurate in the ground and pound, and it's showing because he's landing so consistently.
Well, as many expected, his grappling has been very strong thus far. The takedowns, the ground control, he is truly the total package.
It's one thing to take your opponent down. It's one thing to control him, as we have seen him do over the course of this fight.
Edwards' cheek is just leaking blood all over the octagon.
Oh, arm triangle. Arm triangle. Arm triangle.
Oh, tense moment here. That arm triangle's tight. Oh, Bale's on the submission now. Well, he's in a compromising spot here, DC. You got to figure out a way to get back to your feet. All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. Well, you can feel that breeze octagon side after the swing and a miss by Covington. Oh, he might be out. All right, so the ref has
Stop.
called a break to the action, and it likely means, yes, he will call in the doctor to look at that cut, which is just leaking all over the octagon right now.
A lot of blood, John, but this is a fight. I mean, guys bleed, girls bleed. It happens in a fight. These guys should be able to continue.
Yeah, that's going to do it. Fans don't like it. An unfortunate ending to a great fight, but you had to do it.
He's disappointed, but I mean, he got beat up, lived to fight another day. I think the official saved him.
The official decision is in. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the doctor has called a stop to this fight, declaring the winner by TKO and new undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, Colby Covington.
So there he is, the newly minted UFC welterweight champion. You had to look far and wide for people who were picking him in this spot tonight. As Dominic Cruz said, when you became the double champ, he got it done.
Not many people expected him to win. Those three guys that walked to the